Well, hello, Methodist Dave here, trying out my new soundboard. So hopefully everything comes along the way. But I'm pretty pleased with myself, and I'm sure my soundboard is pleased with myself too. Did a good job here. Today, I wanted to talk about a little subject, a little different from my tours. Why did we have a civil war? Well, a lot of people will say that the reason we had a civil war because of slavery. Others will state that the reason was states' rights. I would like to propose that the reason we had a civil war is over the word the, 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 however you pronounce it from wherever you're from. It's something that qualifies who we are as a nation. And let me take you back a little bit. When this country was founded, before we were a nation, we were a collection of colonies. Each of these independent colonies was responsible to the crown. You had the Maryland colony that was responsible to the crown, the Virginia colony, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, New York, Massachusetts, Rhode Island. All of these independent colonies did not answer to one another. They answered to the crown, England. They had their own governor. They set up their own governments. They set up their own houses of legislature, their own bodies, their own courts. They had their own currency. They were independent nation states. Then we didn't like how we were being treated by the crown. So they got their collection together and drew up the Declaration of Independence, and the colonies united to form the Continental Congress, and we formed a newer nation, one nation that wanted to be independent. We fought our war of independence. We were given our treaty, and the war was over, and we set up operation under the Articles of Confederation. Now, there was a problem with the Articles of Confederation because the Articles of Confederation allowed the states to continue to operate as little individual countries. And you have all these problems with trade going on from one state to another, where they're not honoring contracts, they're not giving good return for money. It's just not working. So our founding fathers sat down and came up with a new constitution, a new framework of government, a democratic republic, a constitutional republic, if you want to be specific, that representatives were elected to represent this government. So this new government, the United States, became to exist. However, that mentality of each of the colonies continued. See, they didn't see us as a united nation. We were United States. We were not the United States. We were United States. And the belief was that we joined together to form this country, and we could probably want to leave anytime we want to. And this is what happened when the Civil War came about, that certain states in the South chose that we're going to leave and we're not going to be United States anymore. We're going to be the Confederacy. And the Union, though you guys can stay up there and you can do whatever you want, we're going to do our own thing down here. So we had a war, a break of this family. When the war was over, we ended United States. We were now the United States. The federal government took over more control. All throughout our history, the federal government was actually rather very weak, and it wasn't a strong federal government. But gradually, it was gaining for itself power, and it was issuing more and more proclamations. It was questioned whether or not Thomas Jefferson actually had the authority to make the Louisiana Purchase, whether we actually had the authority to go in the war against Mexico. Was that a legal war? This was the Supreme Court. The cases began to be held at the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court began to issue rulings that were more nationally focused than on locally focused. So we didn't immediately become a nation. It was that word, the. We were United States, but after the Civil War, we are the United States. So it's just another perspective on why we fought and what happened. I'd like you to think about that. And if you want to shoot me an email, methodistdave@gmail.com, and you can shoot me a comment and I'll comment on it. And as I'm improving my setup here, hopefully one of these days in the near future, we will actually be able to go live and talk about whatever you would like to talk about. Shoot me some emails if you want to hear about a subject, philosophy, literature, religion, theology, history, or what it is like to be in New Jersey. Be glad to talk to you about it, make a video on it, and I look forward to seeing you all again. And thank you, and have a great day.